As Joss and I get ready for this epic boat adventure, which we want to share with everybody, figured it'd be a good time to give the history of how we got involved in the boating to begin with. It's a weird thing to do when you get older, but here goes. When COVID hit, it was the summer of 2020. We found ourselves out at a restaurant for Jossie's birthday on the waters. The only time we went out really all of COVID. And there were people pulling their boats up to the dock and getting food to go and leaving. And they looked like they're having so much fun. And here we are sitting on this lawn, the first time out of the house in forever. We all looked at each other and kind of at the same time, Jossie and I said, why don't we have a boat? So we thought, hey, let's do that. So we went boat shopping, which of course during COVID consisted of sitting on your computer and on the internet. Now, that was when the whole rest of the world decided that they would also buy a boat. So there were no boats left anywhere. I mean, it was crazy. I would go online and find a boat, and I would pick up the phone immediately and call up, and the guy'd say, yeah, we sold that thing about 4 minutes after we posted it for sale. And it happened over and over again. And then I was on a conference call, and Jossie sent me a note that she had found a boat right on the lake closest to us. And so I got off my call. I called the guy. It's about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it looked like a neat one. We didn't know anything about boats at the time, but I called him and I said, can I come look at it? And he said, sure, but just so you know, there's a guy from Pennsylvania who's coming up tomorrow to buy it. And I said, well, did he put a deposit down? Said, no, he didn't. And I said, if I come out there right now, could I buy it? He said, I guess so. So I jumped in my car. I drove out there. I got there 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the boat was sitting on a trailer in the parking lot of the marina and not in the water. The engine wasn't clearly able to be run because you have to have the boat in the water to run the engine. So not knowing anything about boats, I kind of looked at it. I'm like, I don't know. Like, it looks pretty cool. And I called my buddy who has been a boater for a long time. Said, will you come look at this thing real quick? Guy's going home at 5 o'clock. I got 42 minutes to buy it. And so my buddy Chris drove out there. He climbed on it for a few minutes. He said, it looks pretty good, but without knowing if the engine runs or not, I can't really tell you. But if it does, it's a good deal. So we kind of shrugged our shoulders, and I bought the boat right then and there. And it was a little bit insane because in hindsight, it's not like buying a car. Boat engines don't always work. They sometimes leak, like one of our ladder boats did. But we didn't know anything at the time. And so we bought this thing. No inspection, no mechanical test, no what they call sea trial, where you take it out on the water to make sure it works, nothing. And it was a little bit insane. So the boat came with a trailer. And at the time, I had a pickup truck that was just big enough to be able to take this boat and this trailer. And so a couple days later, we come back, we hook up the boat and the trailer, and we pull this relatively big boat out of this marina, realizing we had no place to keep it. So Jossie and I spent, with this boat sitting on our trailer, spent some time calling around, trying to find marinas. But again, being in the middle of COVID, nobody ever answered the phone. So at one point, we actually got a marina on the phone about 6 or 7 miles away from where we were. And they said, interestingly, a guy had just pulled his boat out that morning to move, and his slip was available for the rest of the summer, and we could have it for half price. And so we drove down there, put the boat in the water, and had the greatest time with that boat for 3 full summers. I mean, it turned out, even though it was the last boat in all of Northeast America, turned out to be perfect for us. It was big enough for the whole family. It was the right configuration so we could go tubing and wakeboarding and all the cool stuff that the kids wanted to do. And we fit everybody on it, and we really had a wonderful time. And if I can figure out how all this stuff works, I'm going to put some pictures and maybe some video of the boat in the video right here that you're watching. I don't know, maybe not. I'll see if I can figure it out. And that is how we got into boating. The next video will be about the boating that we did with the first boat and how we ended up looking at a second one. But that's it for now. Front of the boat. Got Zach. Passenger seat. Driver. That's a wife. Sammy's sitting on the back. And we just went tubing. In the front of the boat.
foot there. Go. Ah! That was good.